my camera has a new color on it. Today I look decent, except for that. I look like a black guy. Alright, so today I'm doing something a little bit different than my usual video. Now I'm blue. Than my usual videos. I've got the tip videos that I was going to talk about, and I mentioned those a couple of videos back in my introduction, but it just took me a while to figure out how I was going to format those videos because the way I could have formatted them didn't make sense. I was originally thinking about doing one tip a week or something like that, but then by the time I filmed it and edited it and uploaded it, it would have been like 50 seconds long, and it wouldn't have been worth uploading a 50-second long piece at a time. So I eventually decided on doing it a little bit different and filming all of my tips at once if they matched each other. So, for example, today I've got 3 tips that I'm going to be going over, and those 3 tips all have to do with similar thought processes, similar exercises that you should begin to notice some benefits if you stick to those for about a week. Actually 2 weeks. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and get started on the first tip, which is every day, all day, just practice this exercise. When you look at the time, doesn't matter if it's on your phone or on your watch. I personally have a watch that I wear, and I check the time on that. Check the time on your watch. When you check the time, don't round up or down. So, for example, right now when I'm recording this, it's 12:05 exactly. I'm not rounding. It's not 12:04 and I'm rounding up. It is exactly 12:05. Don't round the number. Don't say it's 12 o'clock right now. When you round up, you're losing details in your mind. So, the idea is that if you practice this enough, if you take note of the exact time often enough, you're going to focus, you're going to be training your mind to take note and memorize details. That's only one benefit. Me and Thinking Like Sherlock practiced this exercise for 2 weeks, roughly, and by the end of those 2 weeks, we were noticing other benefits as well. Like, I became hyper aware of the time. So I was way more accurate at guessing what time it was without having to look at my watch. When I did look at my watch, I wouldn't have to look at it for a long time and I'd still kind of know what time it was. If I had to walk away from something for 10 minutes, roughly, let's just say for 10 minutes, I could walk away, do something for 10 minutes, and then note to myself, oh, it's been about 10 minutes, I should go back to that. So you notice all these other little side benefits to just keeping this one exercise going in your head. The second exercise is to read everything that you come across. And I don't mean from cover to cover. You don't have time for that. And you obviously can't read all the fine text, all the fine print, and everything you do every day. Sorry. But you can, for example, I've got books on my desk right now. If I was just walking by, I would glance at the cover of all the books and just read the titles of the books. If you do that, you're training your mind to read things at a glance, so you notice that you're reading names, titles at a glance. Also read the brand name on it, because, for example, right now, I bet you if I asked you what kind of matches you have in your cabinet in your kitchen, you probably wouldn't be able to answer the brand name that's on there. You just know that you have a box of matches. You might be able to tell that maybe the box is red. Maybe you have a big box, maybe you have a small box of matches, but you probably don't know the brand name on it. So by doing that, that's going to become handy for multiple reasons. You can use that as a way to memorize specific brand names. So what a generic brand is in the area that I live in is not going to be a generic brand in somewhere else like New York or in England. Their brand names will change, and if you know what brands are local, you'll be able to piece together where something came from. So that's another benefit. So then there's the third exercise. So and this is a separate, practice the reading and the time separately for a couple of weeks, and once you start noticing benefits from those, you're ready to go on and practice this third exercise. And this third exercise is a little bit more difficult, and so practicing the first two exercises will help you practice this one. When you have made progress with the first two exercises, every time you open your phone, check for several things. Check the apps you have on your phone screen, on your home screen. Because believe it or not, there's a lot of people who look at their phone every day and they don't know what apps they have on their home screen. Check the battery level. Check the time. And check the date. When you check all of those, what you're doing is you're training your brain to take note of several details, background details. You're learning to check for all these details, and you're learning to look for correlations between all these details. So, for example, right now my battery life is at 100%. I just had it on the charger, and it's 12:10. So I've been filming this video for about 5 minutes now, and since I checked the time. So I will now notice a correlation after some practice that the time and my battery life are connected, and you'll start to notice, oh, my battery life lasts this long. Also, another benefit to these exercises is you're going to be able to think back to a specific event that happened in the day, and you're going to be able to more accurately gauge what time it happened. So say your friend drops by at 12:46 to pay you a short visit. When he does pay you that visit, you're going to later on in the day be able to think back, oh, my friend came by around 12:45, 12:46, and that's going to be way more accurate than saying my friend came by about 12:30, 1 o'clock, somewhere in there. That's a huge time gap, and that time gap can mean a lot, especially in the world of deduction. Time can be important. It's a huge piece that people overlook, but it can be important. So these exercises will train you to keep track of correlations, keep track of details, and even background information that normally wouldn't be as important to you. Those are the 3 tips that I had lined up for today. I do have other tips and stuff coming on, but I'm still working on those ones. I've got a study that I'm working on too. I've got multiple collaborations coming up. Me and Thinking Like Sherlock are planning on doing the envelopes still. I've actually talked with The Art of Deduction. Him and I are interested in doing something together. Short Stormtrooper, he's a Star Wars YouTuber, but he has some good information that I plan on bringing over to Deduction. So I've got multiple collaborations going, and hopefully I'll have those out soon. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in this content, stay tuned, because it is coming very soon.